and good morning. It's Sunday, and Sundays always stress me out a little because I think the biggest thing is like meal prep for me. It's not even about like work or anything. Like I am so particular about having, oh my god, my eyes are watering. I'm so particular about having my breakfast, lunch, dinner like mapped out, because I realize that if I don't have that all planned out like on the Sunday, everything just like goes haywire during the week. Like I won't eat proper breakfast, I won't eat lunch, like it'll be all over the place, and it's just so bad for your body to not be on some sort of regular system, eating habits, things like that. So Sundays are really important for me, and meal prepping is really important. So I woke up today and I already meal prepped my breakfast, which is the oatmeal. I've been eating oatmeal pretty much every single day for years, and I don't know what it is. I've even realized like the last 2 weeks I wasn't really eating my oatmeal. I was like, I don't know what was happening. I think it was like night shifts or whatever, like everything just kind of got thrown off. So I would be eating like bagels, like still eating breakfast, but it just like was not fulfilling. It didn't make me happy. Like I wasn't looking forward to breakfast every day, which is wild for me because I wake up starving every single day. Long story short, I meal prep my breakfast, which already means I'm going to have a relatively good week. The other thing that I do with my meals is, again, this is like maybe too extra, but it really works for me, is like I will literally write down like what I'm eating every single day for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that way, like when it comes time, like when it's like during the week, I'm not sitting there like thinking about what I need to eat, what I should be eating, feeling hungry, not eating, getting hangry, not being able to focus on my work or studying or whatever. So it's so important for me to have this stuff written down. Today's going to be a whole bunch of prep for this coming week. I start my pediatrics rotation this week, and for my first week, my site is actually like an hour away. So like an hour drive there and back in like traffic. So I'm not a big commuter gal. Like I don't like to drive that much, like that long distances, especially for work. But it's fine. It is what it is. And that's extra important, as like I'll have 2 hours less a day to be like thinking about food and all of that. So I need to have all of that stuff ready. So which is why I'm like really prepping for this coming week. I also need to sit down and start like thinking about studying and like breaking down all the things that I need to be doing week by week. Usually I feel like my first week of a rotation, I'm just like recovering from the last one and like orienting myself to a new one, so not a lot of like Anki or questions get done, but I'm hoping that for my last rotation I should be able to be a little bit more on it. So that's the plan as well. I like wrote down a list of things, like a to-do list for everything I need to do today. I'm also planning my boyfriend's birthday celebration, so I need to like sit down and spend an hour like texting people and like figuring out a plan for that. And yeah, so today's is going to be a whole bunch of prep, but that's usually kind of what Sundays are. It's about 7 in the morning. I am, or like 7:20. I am about to head out. I have an hour-long drive before I get to my new hospital. I'm starting pediatrics today, so all the babies in the world, and I'm excited. Babies, kids, I guess teenagers counts too. This week is going to be half in the nursery, half in the ED, so I guess we get to see quite a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. I don't want to be late. I'd much rather be like a little bit on the earlier side, but I think I'll get there essentially like around 8:20 something, and I have to get there by 8:30, so we are on track. All right, let's go. It is 5:30 p.m. Today was a lot. I didn't expect, today was a lot. I didn't expect peds to be kind of what it ended up being today. So nursery was nursery. We saw a whole bunch of newborn babies, and oh my gosh, they're the cutest things in the world. I love newborns. And then like half day was in the nursery, and then the other half is in the peds ED. And oh my goodness, if there's any place that can, I don't even know what the word is, disillusion you or like make you question humanity, I feel like it's peds ED. That's kind of what I felt like today. I was like, I feel like if I did this on a regular basis and like understood how many kids are mistreated, the way they're treated, just some of the things that you see in the peds ED makes you question a lot of things in life. And I don't know if I could do it for longer than this week. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really did shake me. Like I'm having a really hard time shaking a lot of the stuff that I saw today, and just like some of the patient interactions and so many of the social issues as well. Like it's not just the medicine, it's like so much stuff outside of that. It's a lot. It feels really rough. It feels like, I don't know, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, Monica, I need you to not obsess about it. Like, don't do that because it doesn't help anybody. I don't want to ruminate on these things. But yeah, medicine truly is wild. Like you can go from seeing like the mildest and things in the world to like some of the most beautiful things in the world, right? Like newborn babies, to some of the most horrific things in the world. Just like in a matter of an hour. So I think that is a lot to balance in a day. But I think to kind of follow my own advice, the way I'm going to try to not ruminate on the things that I saw, eat a little snack like a yogurt or something while I study, and then I'm gonna go work out today because I think those two things will help me feel a lot better. So let's do that. I'm gonna change, get out of these gross scrubs and get into something comfy. Hello, good morning. It is 7 like 05. I don't know why I'm so tired lately. Like I just don't think I'm sleeping like enough, and I think that definitely contributes to it. Like I don't know why I went to bed at like 11:30 yesterday when I knew I had to be up at 6. So that's just kind of on me, but I am ready. I have my bag packed, I have my lunch bag full of food, and yeah, we have a 15-minute drive coming up, so let's get to work. I'm trying to get there a little bit early so I can eat my breakfast like in peace in the cafeteria rather than like feeling like I need to rush and eat over here. Let's go drive. So I just got back like 2 minutes ago. Like I mentioned before, my rotation, at least this week, is like divided between like half our time in the nursery and then half our time in the peds ED. We ended up working with this one physician. So she's a pediatric ED doctor, but she was just like very, very cool. Like she had a very interesting like career trajectory and like life experience. And it was very interesting to hear her story because she had done very non-traditional things in her medical career. So she's obviously a pediatric. She started her residency in like OB-GYN, but then switched to pediatrics, and she then, you know, ended up doing a PhD. She also like at one point was like the head of a major international organization with a healthcare focus. And now, you know, she's kind of back in the pediatrics ED department of like a community hospital. So I was just kind of reflecting on the fact that, you know, in med school, you end up meeting a lot of people who are like in academic medicine and kind of doing that academic track. And then you see like some private practice folks who are running their own practices. But outside of that, you don't really get to see a lot of people who are doing different things with their medical careers. And I'm not even talking about like physicians who end up going into consulting or something like that. What I'm talking about are, you know, physicians who are like chief medical officers or on, you know, developing biotech products on the side, or are running nonprofits nationally or even like globally. So yeah, you just like, you don't get to see a lot of that stuff, or at least you know, unless you know somebody or you actively are seeking out those experiences, which I think a lot of us don't even know to be looking for. You don't really get to see that in med school. So it was very, very cool to see her and just like hear about her experiences and her career trajectory. And it was also just very inspiring as well, because just to know that, you know, your career can really be whatever you want it to be, and whatever you make of it. And one of the things that she was kind of advising us about, or one of the big pieces of advice she gave us, was because we asked her how she like ended up finding all these opportunities, you know, and she said that what helped her was just always being open to opportunities and to always be looking for them. You know, she was always like talking to people, networking with people, asking them questions, asking, or like trying to figure out what roles existed, where she could fit in. And she was like, she never really had like a plan for her life. And she said, which I completely agree with, it's like, it's hard to really plan more than like 3 or 5 years out, if that, because, you know, what's that phrase? It's like, most of the plans of mice and men go awry, something like that. Like, you know, for the most part, life rarely goes according to plan. So she's like, I never really expected it to like look the way it did, but what helped her was to always be like flexible and adaptable, and to just say yes to experiences, no matter what people in her life were telling her that she should be doing, you know, because she was in a lot of these institutions, and she, you know, she had a lot of mentors who had one idea what she should be doing, but she said that, you know, she always wanted to be like true to herself, and even if it meant going against the grain, which for me was very, very inspiring to hear about. So there's that. It was a very good day. I think it was a very well-rounded day, because at the same time, you know, earlier that day I saw a whole bunch of newborn babies and learned the pathophysiology behind neonatal jaundice and photolight therapy, and all of that. So really, really good day. Really enjoyed it, and now I'm back. So the plan is I'm gonna first change out of these scrubs, which reminds me, by the way, I'm wearing red scrubs, and I didn't even like really think about it until someone in the hospital was like, why is everyone wearing red today? And I realized it's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. And the plan for right now is I'm gonna change out of these scrubs into something more comfy. And I've been slacking a little bit in terms of studying, because I just like haven't been like catching up and like being more disciplined with my studying. So I'm going to sit down and like knock out some of the flashcards that I just haven't gotten a chance to kind of go over. So I'm gonna do that. I also have just like not really started doing any of the practice questions, and usually this is kind of what happens. Like the first week of rotation, I'm just kind of getting used to the rotation, getting used to like a new commute or a new group of people, or just like figuring out where I'm supposed to be when, and I don't know, it's like an adjustment period. I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna study, and then probably get a workout in, and yeah, that's the plan. So I got done working out, and now I'm gonna make some pasta. I'm gonna use this spinach and chive pasta from Trader Joe's. I really, really like that pasta. And I'm not really like a red sauce girly, so I really like my Alfredos and some garlic. And that's gonna be a very simple, quick, not very nutritious meal, but definitely filling. Carb heavy for sure. So I have my pasta. Honestly, this smells incredible, and it's only because I put so much garlic in there. There's like a garlic for every strand of pasta. But but I'm very excited. I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner and then maybe watch some TV and then try to do some work before I go to bed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog right here. I'm kind of worried this is like 20 minutes long, but I hope you guys are having an incredible day, and I'll see you guys next time.